New friend joining us today, Mr. Maninder. He is joining us from Ludhiana, and he's a successful entrepreneur by himself. But beyond entrepreneurship, he's found something in life. He found, based on his journey, he found a trick, a magic which can heal people. So he's been researching, and through entire his journey, he's been researching on people behavior, how what are the issues people go through. He also goes through a lot of the human behavior, and he's got this power of healing people. So he believes that love can heal everything. So more than me talking about it, let's hear from Mr. Maninder as to how he started, and what is the journey, what is that findings he had in this particular journey. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ravi, for inviting me on your show.
Thank you.
I basically belong to a business family. Last 3 generations, as long as I know, they were in business. My first love was obviously money. So that is what I have been doing all my life. But since childhood, I was very inquisitive with respect to people, their mind, their behavior, their psychology, their being. Very, very inquisitive. So when I started my business in 1989, so my query to myself was what kind of business I should do that would actually allow me to continue my passion also. So after great introspection, I found that if I do exports, what I'm doing, trading, manufacturing, whatever I'm doing, if I do exports, then I will be having the opportunity to go outside, see the world, people, meet people, know people. And after 10 years almost, focusing on that area, I did my first exports in 2000. It was 2000, and since then there is no looking back. And Ravi, I'll tell you, there were great learnings I have through this journey. When I like to share one journey with you.
Please.
And that learning is nothing is right and nothing is wrong. So how I come to this conclusion was, I went to China. As you know, China is a atheist country. They do not promote religion. They do not, you will hardly find people worshipping there. And you will, I'm to say, find no mosque, no temples, no churches. So it was very, very big coming from a religious country like India. It was actually shocking for me. How it is, how they are surviving, how they are doing so well. So that was a query. And then later on, I went to Saudi Arabia. And there was extreme, it was extreme there. In a sense, they are very religious. You have to read namaz every day 5 times. And you have to be, they are very, very strict on it. So that query came to me, what is right and what is wrong in this? Who's right and who's wrong? So I came to a conclusion that nothing is right and nothing is wrong. It's one's own perspective and conditioning, what he or she believes. True. So this kind of learning, many learnings which I can't share you in this short span, but we can talk personally on that. So that was the things, it was a beautiful journey till that date.
So how did you get into healing? When did you decide that I should start healing people? Was that first example when you healed somebody?
Yes,
was that the motivation or how it started?
Yes. Actually, you have seen my quote, that walk the way as it takes you. That is the learning, It was in 2012. Before that, I thought I will become the Dhiru Ambani of India. So that was my main vision, to become the Warren Buffett. You see, everybody has the same, mission, goal, everybody. But in 2012, what happened? My father was diagnosed with 4th stage cancer, throat cancer.
Oh.
And in the same year, my daughter also was diagnosed with a chronic illness. And in both the cases, the medical science said no. It was a big no. So as I am, I am a yes man. So I thought, no, if they have said no, it's okay, it's fine. But I would like to mention that the greatest human discovery, what man has done, human beings have done, is the medical science. But it has a limitation. Like suppose I'll give you a small example that somebody has blood sugar. So what we do, we give them metamorphin and all, medicine for the sugar, and it actually maintains the levels and everything, but actually it does not heal. So in metaphysical science, it is something like that कि उस जिंदगी में उसकी मिठास खत्म हो गई. There is no sugar in that person's life. That is why he got sugar. So if we try to bring some मिठास in that person's life, उसकी जिंदगी में हम कुछ मीठापन लाते हैं, तो आई एम श्योर वो अपने आप को बहुत अच्छी तरह मैनेज कर सकता है. कम से कम उसको रोक तो पक्का से, ही कैन स्टॉप दैट. It won't deteriorate. That is for sure, guaranteed. Same goes with blood pressure. You see, it is basically in metaphysical science, it is unresolved emotions. So we are taking the medicine, that's very important to stop to check the symptoms. But at the same time, when we resolve that person's emotions, it do wonders. It actually does wonders. So I actually started working with my father and with my daughter because I wanted that there is something beyond also. So you were surprised to know that my father, the doctor said only 3 months he's going to stay, not more than that. And he stayed for 1.5 years. He left away very peacefully. And the day he went, he told me that I don't want to live anymore. That was his choice, basically. And he had a trichostomy in his throat. That also, after 4 months, was removed. It was a miracle for the medical science, how it is possible, a 4-stage man. And with my daughter, you have seen, she was a big no, and now she's a big yes. She is motivating millions of people.
True.
So somehow, my daughter was visiting a clinical psychologist. I will mention her name. I have gratitude for her. She called me to the hospital one day that, sir, I need to talk to you. And I went to meet her, and she's Rashi Jain, Dr. Rashi Jain. She said, sir, you need to pursue this field. The world needs it. So that was the day I started. And then it is no looking back. A lot of people are happy out of suffering, and it really makes me feel richer than what money has.
I agree with you. Some things don't motivate after a while. Money in the bank doesn't motivate.
Exactly.
Sometimes you really don't know what's in there. But this really matters. So what is that which works for you? What is that path which you take to heal people? What is that mantra? Or
that's a very, 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 very beautiful question. It is almost self-designed, Mr. Ravi. There are 3 stages in it. The first stage is generating self-query with the person. This is a very important tool. I generate a self-query with the person in which the person himself come to the conclusion that this is my block in the life. And this is not imposed, or this is not, like exam paper. It is very, very, with consultation, with talking, with writing. And ultimately, the person comes to that area where the block is. So first stage is that. And in this self-query, there are shocks also for the people. I would like to mention, I'll give you one example here. Their parents had come to me, with a 3.5 or 4-year girl child, and they came to me with the complaint that this girl is eating nothing. We have shown to all the doctors, and some doctor has referred her to, because they don't find anything, so it has become difficult to treat that person. So I find when the girl came in, she was very energetic, very bright, very intelligent, very creative, that small girl. And I generated a query with her. I just asked her, how many people are in your home? She says, I have 10 people. So I told her to rate whom do you love the most? It was actually shocking for me only. The parents came at the slot 9 and 10. Her mother almost went into coma. How is it possible? I am so possessive about my child. I am so protective. I am so doting on my child. What has happened? You're getting a point? She is doing nothing wrong in it. Every mother is doing it. Every parent is doing it. But knowingly or unknowingly, we are doing some harm there, which we do not realize or we do not know. We are unconscious to that subject. So then and there, the solution was there. I requested them that you have to change yourself. You have to give the child freedom. You have to, whatsoever. There are a lot of things. So that child is happy-go-lucky now. Everything's so good and fine. They never came me after that. So there are three levels on which I work. One is the conscious level. The second is the unconscious level. And the third is the subconscious level. So the people who are coming with a conscious, have an issue with the consciousness, that are easily, easily treatable, very easily. We talk, we come to the point, we know, you see, and then it is treated. The person who is at the unconscious level, for them, I suggest them few meditations. And that meditation basically I have taken from Lord Shiva. He had designed 121 meditation techniques, which he told to Parvati, Mahaparvati. And out of that, actually, it is like an antibiotic, different antibiotic for different disease. That meditation is totally based on the being of that person. So I suggest when I see what are the issues, so I suggest that person that you should try this. We try 2-3 types of different meditations. And the person himself says, this has clicked me. I'm okay with it. So that antibiotic is given to him or her, and they found tremendous and wonderful results. And the people with the subconscious issues, that is a slightly lengthy process. For that, you have to continue with the medicines as well and with this therapy. That is, it takes some time, but that is sure they get great results. And the last step is human touch. Human touch, I mean to say, you are very much aware, Ravi, this world is deprived of love.
I agree.
So if you are giving some positive energy and some loving energy to a person who is so deprived, it actually works magic. It is the magic. What you have earlier said that he has some magic. So that is the third stage. And this combined thing, it is working wonders. I really want that the suffering should end in this world. Whatsoever my contribution towards would be, I should do it. So that is the technique I am using.
So all of us are on a rat race. Most of us believe that यार उसकी गाड़ी बड़ी है मेरे को भी वो लेनी है उसकी I need to build a better building, better house than his. So, and obviously, a lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of jealousy, and all that. So, but what are the common? What do you suggest the current generation? I mean, that's my first question. What do you current? दौड़ रहे हैं, rat race, but दौड़ रहे हैं. So, how do we teach people like that, saying that, hey, that's not the ultimate thing?
I don't teach anybody, Ravi. I simply tell them, go on whatever you are going to do. Once you will fail, then come to me. There is no point teaching anybody. Nobody will listen. Nobody will learn that. Because this learning will come when he or she will learn from the failure.
Good point. So,
you see, there is so much of positivity, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Who is taking it? Nobody is taking it. If you really go and see every day 100 messages coming, actually who is taking it? So because they have not learned it, they have not taken it, they are in a different area. So I allow them to do, because unless and until you allow them to fall, they will never learn to walk. So that is my way.
Good one. Good. So any other stories, success stories you want to tell, before we get into rapid fire questions?
There are many, I mean to say, stories. There was a girl child who came to me. She had this pain in stomach since last 1 month, and nobody could treat her. So ultimately, a doctor had sent you to me. And it was so, sad to know that after doing that introspection and all, she was a girl child, and she had a younger brother, small brother, and he was actually loved by all, mother, father, grandmother. Father was a very busy man. He used to never give time. And she was never allowed to ride a cycle. She was around, I think, 9 years. Yeah, 9 years. That was her main area of concern. That my brother is doing everything and they are listening every demand of her. Why not me? So the diagnosis was simple. I told them to give the cycle tomorrow morning. And the third day, fourth day, the mother came, her grandmother came. Sir, it is wonderful. The girl is totally healed. So I'm to say these kind of so many examples. One more girl came, she was an adolescent, about 14, 15 years age, and she was also having the same issue. When you talking of stomach ache, that means something which that person is not able to digest. So we need to find what is it is going. It is not like a medical that you have to give a Meftal for the pain. All everybody you give same Meftal for the pain. It is a different. So if you allow to ride the cycle, so her pain stomach is okay. And the other one was she came. She was very attached to her grandfather, and he had a cancer at the last stage, and she knew somehow that she is going to die. He's going to die. And at the earliest stages in childhood, he saw a few bad deaths. And that was very, very, disturbing for her. So that was the period. So I very well remember, somehow we worked over it. I told her the first time what death is. You have to accept it. That child understood my every word. We think the children are not, they are the fools. They do not know anything. And she understood everything. I said, it is inevitable. It is going to happen. It is the way things are. You won't imagine, Ravi, that the day of his grandfather died, her mother called me at that moment. He said, what will happen to that girl? He's died. I said, don't worry. Nothing will happen. Just relax. And everything went well. That girl is, beaming and dancing, and she's too good now. There's no issue at all. So there are many, many stories. I have case studies I have kept in my file, 300-400. This is all, with me, working on it. So everyone is different, a problem with a different issue. Everyone.
So how do you infuse?
So that is.
How do you infuse happiness now? Like this is, you have a solution, for, a pain, or you can heal somebody when they have come across the issue, but how do you infuse happiness into people?
You see, Ravi, you're talking to me, you are so happy. I can see you smiling. So it is not necessary that you have to do something to make happy. So it is a vibration actually, and when you are around those people, happy people, you automatically tend to be happy. And intelligent people take the vibes, they understand, and they inculcate in their lives. It's like that.
Super. Sir, we have some rapid fire questions, and this time I've done rapid fire completely around what you do. So I'll utter out few words or few issues. So maybe you can give your perspective on that.
I love to.
Okay, the first one, healing, what you do. So
all that is ill in a man is due to lack of love. Love heals everything.
Okay. Depression, and especially it's very high because of COVID now.
Yes. The depression is simply dip in your expression. You need to keep on expressing your emotions, laugh, fight, weep, cry, whatever emotions are. You don't have to hold that emotion. There will be no depression at all.
You said a lot of people are deprived of love these days. So what is the solution for it? As a family member, how do I identify that my family member is deprived of love?
Stop seeking love. Only give.
Meditation. Do
The
you
common
feel
ones,
that? Yeah.
I'll just interrupt. Sorry, interrupt. You see, what I've said is I'll again repeat: stop expecting it, only give. And this is something we have never learned. What we have learned in our life, अगर तू मुझे प्यार करेगा तो मैं तेरे को प्यार करूंगा.
Barter system.
It is give and take. Yes, yes. It is something, we have never learned. So it is not an easy path. So anyway, so whosoever will get the message and take it, they will understand what I'm trying to say.
Meditation. What's your take on that?
Meditation, basically people see, in a very complex way, something very hard and something, But for me, I only prescribe 3 kinds of meditation, only and only. One is laughter, the other is dancing, and the third is singing. And it is actually gives the most, required peace and joy in you. It creates peace and joy in you. These 3 meditations, and I would like to, give a glimpse of meditation, if you allow me.
Sure, sir.
Okay. I will try a laughter medicine. So the laughter meditation. So first I will, just tell you the technique. And then you have to follow me, and you have to laugh. You just. So the technique goes like this: you have to say, "Ha ha, he he, ho ho," like "ha ha, he he, ho ho." You have to, when you say "ha ha," it punches your belly. "Ha ha, he he, ho ho." You getting it?
Okay.
So you have to repeat again, fast and fast. I will do it first, then you go.
Okay.
Ha ha, he he, ho ho, ha ha, he he, ho ho, ha ha, he he.
Ha ha, he he, ho ho. Okay, let me try that.
You see, laughter has taken over. You just repeat.
Ha ha, he he, ho ho. Ha ha, he he, ho ho. Ha ha, he he, ho ho. Yeah, I can feel that.
You need more practice. You actually need more practice. Anyway, you see how complex it is. We can't even laugh, Mr. Ravi. This is the reality of life. We need Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma to laugh. We need Kapil Sharma to laugh. We need, Bhabhi ji ghar pe hai to laugh. You see how sad the affair is. Laughter is not from outside; it is from inside. So this exercise you can do while bathing, while brushing, while sleeping, in the kitchen, in the office, anytime you want, you can simply laugh and you can shrug off all your negativities in a second. So that is meditation. These 3 meditation. Dancing is the best form of meditation. There should be dance only and no dancer. Once you come to that stage, you have seen Sufi Willering. There is no dancer. That only dance is there.
Okay.
So these all things, what I'm telling you, we need to experience. Unless and until we experience it, nobody will understand what I'm trying to say.
So you said laughter, dancing, and singing.
Singing.
Yeah. So the next question is, how do we pass this awareness to audience out there that these are things which are really important in life?
Yeah, we need to experiment like you have done the experiment. You will do this and you come back after 4-7 days when you are fully versed in it and you'll see the change. You love to do it. You have got a mystery key for happiness. Whenever you are off mode or something stressed, you simply switch over. So once you experience it, then only you will understand it. Because talking is Facebook, is talking, WhatsApp, everybody is talking. So my thrust is in knowing, not knowledge. Get my point? So knowing is very important.
Super.
So keep experimenting.
So after running a business, successful business, and you said you were behind money in the earlier stages of life. So for you, how do you define success of life, or what's your definition? What is Maninder's definition of life?
That is only and only you are happy with what you are doing. Whether you are begging, it doesn't mind. If you are happy with it, that is the success. That is the success, the utmost success. And most of the people in this lifetime are stuck. Right people at the wrong place and wrong people at the right place. That is the issue. Our child is an artist. We are making him mathematician. So how he can be happy? He will never be happy.
So if you have to define death,
I think it's better to die laughing than, living every moment in fear. Death is inevitable. And I will suggest to all the viewers that they should watch again the movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara and Dear Zindagi. They must watch it.
yeah, those are two beautiful movies. I completely agree. Okay, with respect to acceptance, what's your definition about acceptance?
And that is being non-judgmental, non-critical, receiving, and empathizing, and by being empathetic. That is acceptance.
Sure. So with respect to compassion, how do you
Wow, that is the most beautiful question you asked. Compassion is the ultimate flowering of love. That is the next stage after love. That is compassion comes. That is the total flowering. You are flowered in your love, then compassion comes.
Super. How do we remove fear? Like I have fear. I always have this fear while driving. So accident ho jayega. Uh, so how do we remove this fear? I might have
Keep
some.
focus on, you are not focusing on the driving. Fear is, you have to be here now. Fear is always in past or future. When you say that मुझे हमेशा डर लगता है कि एक्सीडेंट ना हो जाए, that is in future. It is not in the present. So rather than thinking in past and future, fear only exists there. If you are in present, now we are talking, do you have that fear that मेरा एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा?
No.
नहीं. No. So be here now. If you are driving, simply focus 100% on the driving. That's all. So there is no fear. No. And your level of awareness will go very, very high. Once you start living in the moment, your awareness will go very, very high. And that is the key to life. Living in awareness is something so beautiful that you can only experience it. I can't explain it.
Completely agree. Thanks a lot for that. So, sir, if you've become, with all this experience, if you become the chief minister of a state, okay, what are the positive reforms you would focus on?
You have not asked about love. That is what I was, seeking that Mr. Ravi you ask.
Yeah, please. Yeah, let's define love.
Yeah, what is love? You see, everybody is seeking that question. Actually, it takes a lifetime to know what love is. It is unconditional and it is divine.
True. With no
So
comparison.
now I will answer the question of, yeah, now, yeah, that is what I told you. It takes a lifetime to know that. Because you have to uncondition yourself. How can you say, yeah, this person is not responding, not reciprocating? How can I love this? So you can't do it. So there is all tension, there is all frustration, everything is there. So now I can answer your chief minister's question.
Yes, sir.
Shall I?
Please. Yes.
I would like to create a system of education which would be based on knowing, not knowledge. I have discussed about knowing and knowledge earlier. So that we can create more humans than machines. I would also like to create a society where the mantra of the society should be compassion, equality. This should be the mantra of the society. And I will make a special ministry of happiness, which will directly run under me, and that would keep my Janta happy.
So, good point, because that's needed. Yeah, as you rightly said, you're putting a lot of efforts on creating machinery, automation, and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Less focus on people, intentions, their needs, what they're missing. So, good one. I think your statement has a lot of depth in it, a lot of meaning in it.
Thank you, thank you. I really wish Ravi people should listen to it, and they should take some value out of it. And if they want to talk to me, you can share my number with them. Telephone number, if whenever they want to, because it helps actually. A listening ear helps a lot. 50% of your issues, if a person knows that the other person is non-judgmental, so it works wonders, and it has worked with many people.
So true. So, friends who are watching this, we'll share Mr. Maninder's number and also his Facebook, link. You can connect with him and talk to him. I mean, baat karo. As he said, when you speak to your friends or family members, you have an issue, and that is disturbing your sleep, or you're not getting that answer. You are disturbed personally. You seek answers, you're in pain, you need to speak to somebody who is not from your family, not your friends. Okay, and before going to a doctor, maybe a friend, external friend who doesn't know you, who's not judgmental, will help you out. So feel free to connect with him. We'll share the details in the description below after a couple of minutes. So do
And
connect with him. And
Ravi, I am not charging any money for it. I forgot to mention, Ravi, sorry to interrupt you again. I am not charging any money because I believe that this is some divine gift to me. So I cannot trade it with money. So that is basically, the people should know it.
So
That was.
I wouldn't say consultation, but the interaction, what you'll have, the healing inspiration, that what you'll get it from Mr. Maninder is completely free of charge. So for you to connect with him and then, talk to him, and he would be really grateful if he is able to heal you and give some support to you. We will be very grateful if for this particular connection we could build through this particular channel of healing somebody indirectly. So thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot, sir, for your valuable time. What you said right now, I think 5 years, before 5 years or 10 years, I wouldn't have really understood. But I can connect with whatever you said at this particular stage.
Wow.
I think it's
Wow.
also life which teaches you a lot of things and then makes you realize that there are certain things which are not important. There's certain things which are really important in life. So thanks
Exactly.
a lot for sharing this in a very subtle way, very soothing way. I think that the entire interaction we had till now was so soothing that there was healing within. So thanks for making
Wow.
my
Wow.
Saturday wonderful, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, sir.